So as a kid, I used to have no issues with Summerheat. I was okay with it, and I also got a real good tan. That was me in Spain around age 9. Exposure to sunlight, no issue at all. At the time, I was omnivore, eating everything, even cheeses, dairy. Although I had already an issue with milk that was cooked, it would sit in my stomach and not digest. And I also had some issues with yogurt, so that were the early signs of dairy intolerance. But apart from that, no problem. Around 205, I started eating lots of soy products. As I mentioned, I was in a cult, and they have a company that produces soy products because we had the rule to be at least vegetarian, if not vegan. So of course, if you have a company in Switzerland that belongs to your cult, then you will eat those products. Unfortunately, I stuffed my face with it. Especially this chocolate cream stuff. And this one was delicious as well. Already back then I couldn't digest the soy milk, so I would used to drink rice milk. Yeah, but I ate a lot of tofu, and I love the soy sauce. Really, I put soy sauce on everything. It was insane. I loved it. And yeah, those are all very highly fermented foods. And it took some time, but I developed a histamine intolerance. I think the intake of soy in such large quantities really fucked up my health for good. You could see that even in my face. This is some years later, 2014. I was vegan at the time, but you see there, this is hyperpigmentation all in my face. And I think that's from the soy consumption. And I also had developed a sun allergy every summer. I think I mentioned that in the previous video. So I got a rash every summer on my index finger and thumb. Yeah, and wasn't feeling so well anymore. I was never a wine lover, actually. The scent of red wine makes me puke. I can't stand it. Nor any other form of alcohol, luckily. But I ate tons of chocolate, spinach, eggplants, nuts, pumpkin, tomato, strawberries, citrus fruits, everything, yes. and the spices, cinnamon and clove, yeah, all of that. So it was a very high histamine diet without me knowing about it. And I did that for years, suffering migraines and strange muscle pain, sore throat. Sometimes I got the flu or flu-like symptoms, but always without fever. And it was histamine intolerance all along. Because my histamine bucket was full to the brim basically all the time. I had all the time migraines, feeling tired, exhausted, in particular after having my lunch, which consisted of brown rice, some form of tofu, soy product, and veggies. Veggies can be high in histamine as well. So there you go. That explains everything. And it led to a burnout in 2007. I just couldn't take it anymore. And it took me really years to recover from that. And I reduced social interaction. I became basically a hermit. Living like that would be a dream. Like surrounded by nature and not having all that noise constantly. And just doing what you like. That for sure would reduce the stress level in my nervous system.
我就发现自己特别喜欢这座山，所以就留了下来。所以今年已经是我在终南山生活的第5年了。它给我的感觉就是特别的古朴，特别的幽静。然后，尤其是我第一次进山的时候，半路就看到很多的土房子，然后就是泥土结构的房子坐落在山坳间，那种感觉就像一幅幅的山水画一样。所以，一瞬间就把我给吸引住了。
I didn't go to those events anymore that were pushed onto us from the cult. There was always so much activity going on non-stop, and then you had to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, meditate, no matter how late you got into bed. So this lifestyle in the cult was really very stressful on my system, in particular because I am an introvert and autistic, and I need solitude. It's a physical need, and if I don't have it, it will lead to a burnout sooner or later. So not only can histamine intolerance have an impact on your circadian rhythm, but lack of sleep can cause increased stress and histamine release. And my life in the cult was perfect to create a histamine intolerance, because I had a high histamine diet, and the way we were supposed to interact and serve in the cult, that was also very stressful and toxic. And I did that for a few years. And yeah, it took its toll. But then after 2007, I was just done. My body couldn't take it anymore. And so I became a hermit. I recovered quite well. I realized how much it helps when I can recover in solitude, in silence, not having a racket going on all around me all the time. That was a huge load of stress reduction. Now that I know about histamine intolerance, I hope that I have some more control about the symptoms, especially in summer. I almost got afraid of the summer season because it made me feel so bad. But now I will try to work on it. Hopefully I will be able to bear the summer heat in a better way.